And, you know, we've been able to spend a lot of really good quality time together. So it really hasn't been that bad. And then as far as the business, you know, I've been pushing hard to try to figure out how we pull off fights safely and get back to normal. It's not cheap. It's expensive. It costs a lot of money, but it can be done. I mean, this can be done. You can figure out how to keep everybody safe and do these things. It's just a lot of work and it's expensive.
Yeah, and a couple things there that I did want to follow up on. You know, first, I know that your work ethic is like second to none. You're always go, trying to figure out what's next for the UFC, and that's the reason why it's grown into what it has grown into over the last 20 years. But what you're welcome, and well deserved. But what has it been like? I mean, I know you get to spend a lot more time with your family, but to have to hit the brakes, like it's forced upon you that you've had to hit the brakes.
Yeah, it is. But you know, I get it. When everything's shut down, let's everybody take a breath. Let's stop here for a minute. The biggest problem with this thing is you don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
You know, you watch one channel and they're saying one thing, you watch another one, they're saying another, and God, don't even go near the internet, okay? 'Cause, you know, it's just crazy.
Don't use the Google machine during this.
You don't know what to believe anymore.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part of this whole thing. So, you know, I've been consulting with really smart people and doctors, and, you know, instead of just running and hiding, let's figure out how we can pull this thing off and make it safe and do this the right way. Like I said, it's very expensive. It's not cheap, but we'll figure it out. And we're going to go May 9th. May 9th, we have our first event, and I'm excited. I'm excited to get back, but this staying home thing has been fun too. It's been great to spend this kind of quality time with my family, especially my kids. You know, my oldest kid's going to be leaving soon, so
got to get that time in.
Yeah, it was awesome. I've had a blast.
It's good to hear. But you mentioned UFC 249 is coming up May 9th. Let's talk about the process that it's been for you to get this thing to where it is right now, that it's going to happen in a couple weeks. I know you had to cancel at one point, then you had to reschedule. You've had to move to different places. Talk me through what this process is like to finally get this thing on its feet and ready to go in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's you know, it feels good. I'm excited. You know, I love what I do. I love the fights. I love, you know, everything about building and being at a fight. So now to you know, to be back and working toward that goal again. I mean, how long is it? Was it a week and a half, 2 weeks? We'll be fighting here.
Yep.
So we'll have some live sports back on TV on ESPN. So that will be nice. You know, I know everybody's going nuts and wants to see some fights. So yeah, listen, it's been good. I'm a problem solver. That's what I do. You know, we have problems that pop up every week when we're putting on a fight. I love the challenge of it. It's been fun.
What's been the greatest challenge that you faced during this process?
The greatest challenge since this process? Well, it would have to be like right when it all first started happening. And then I picked the date, which was supposed to be last Saturday, that we were going to go. And literally every powerful force that exists on planet Earth was against me. And every day, me and my crew would have to figure out, okay, they just threw this roadblock up. Now what do? We do this. Okay, now what do? We do this. Literally every morning when we woke up, there was another obstacle. So I sort of thrive in chaos. I love it. I love the challenge of it. So I had a blast.
That's awesome. You know, you said problem solver. You've had to solve a bunch of them to get to where you are today. It should be a lot of fun in a couple weeks.
You know what? I got to show you something. Let me take this thing off.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I got to show you something. You're going to like this.
We got a tour going on?
Hold on. Let me open this door here. The house. Oops, wrong way. We flip this around.
I'm intrigued. That's awesome. Is that your floor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
We got the Celtics logo with a hoop. That's a full court. Is that a half court?
Yeah, it's half.
When did you get that done?
And then right over here is the bar.
What's better than a bar next to a basketball court? I mean, let's be real.
Yeah. I figured I'd share that with you.
When did you get that installed?
I just I built a house about a year and a half ago, and yeah, that's in my. This is like the playhouse behind my house.
That is awesome. I'm gonna have to get one of those. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off, but how often do you get out there and shoot hoops?
You know what? More in the last month than I have.
Yeah. I can tell you right now who needs that is that every guy on our team, because none of them, with the weather out here, no one's been able to get out and shoot hoops. Like, these are pro basketball players that can't even touch a basketball and take shots. It's been brutal.
That is crazy. I mean, I would imagine some of those guys probably have something in their house or, on their property, right?
It's minimal. It's minimal. Not many of the guys have had access to hoops.
Interesting.
It's going to be an interesting – I mean, could you imagine you guys go on a hiatus and then you got guys that are coming back that haven't been able to train in a while, It's
Yeah, no, that's been the case for our guys too. But
yeah.
You can do some stuff,
yeah.
At the house for training. I mean, these guys know what to do.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting whenever the NBA does get
Tatum
back.
or Brown or any of these guys need a place to shoot some hoops. They can come over.
That's
here.
what I'm saying. We're going to have to get a charter flight out to Vegas.
Fly the Celtics plane over here, and they can all train and stay at my place.
I'm going to have to get on that flight if it happens. No, getting back to, just you running the UFC and all the stuff that you've been doing over the last couple of months since this really surfaced. I know that you were on a call with President Trump and a bunch of other leaders of all of the sports organizations in the U.S. What did you take out of that call? It had to be a really interesting experience.
Yeah, it was. It was a very cool call. I had my kids sit on that call. That's like one of those once in a lifetime phone calls where you had that group of people on the phone trying to talk to the president of the United States and figure out, how to get this thing rolling. It was very good. I thought the president did a great job on the call. Everybody had good input. Probably went on for an hour and 15 minutes, and it was fascinating.
Why did you guys with the UFC want to be the first people back, the first sports organization that's back?
Because we can. Because I know we can. First of all, I won't back down to the media. Mm-hmm. I will not back down.
We all know that.
Other people did. I don't want to call anybody out, but there's no reason that people shouldn't be golfing right now, okay? Mm-hmm. You could do the Masters and these type of things. You're on 700,000 acres of land, and there's only a couple of guys playing. Don't tell me you can't do the Masters. But the difference is some of these guys back down to the media. I don't back down to the media or anybody. And it's not to be arrogant or whatever. It's about let's figure out how we can do this the right way. Let's figure out how everybody can how life can go on and we can be safe. I just don't get the whole everybody is just supposed to sit in one place and not try to solve problems. We should be trying to solve these problems and figure out how to be normal again.
You said
let's get sports back. So
we all need them. I know that. I can't wait until May 9th. I know I'll be watching. But
it's the year 2020. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. We have the technology now, especially with streaming and all this other stuff. We have the technology to do anything. Anything is possible now.
You said to do things the right way and to keep everyone safe. What are the steps that you guys have had to take to ensure that that's the case when you guys do get back in a couple weeks?
We literally put together a 30-page comprehensive plan that we submitted to the governor of Nevada to show him what we're going to do, not just with the fights and the sport, but our company too, the office, when we get people back to work, mm-hmm. when we travel, when people have to stay in hotels. We literally have been working nonstop on putting together a comprehensive plan on how to make this safe. That's it. I mean, that's what everybody should be doing.
Yeah.
The school system should be figuring out right now how to make children safe. And now that this thing's been going for a little while, there's a lot of technology right now too to help make it safe. This thing that you can install, our doctor turned us onto this thing that you can install into your your air and heating system that helps kill. They say stay 6 feet apart and all this. This stuff kills the COVID-19 that could possibly be in the air.
Interesting.
So we're looking at all this kind of stuff, and you heard everybody talk about the thermometers. The president told me that there is a new test coming out that you lick. It's saliva, and it tells you instantly if you have it or if you don't. You know,
That's a little different than going all the way up and turning into a different side of your
coming
face.
next.
Yeah.
You know, there's these type of things that are coming. You know, you can start putting on sporting events if you have these tabs, and people can, you know, literally be at the door and lick the tab, and you know whether they're positive or not.
Yeah. What's the process that you guys have? I know maybe that's not available to you guys right now, or is it for something that quick for just a lick
that's
to know?
not ready. That's coming right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm just telling you these things that I know.
Right.
To give people hope. It's coming. These things are coming, and hopefully we can all be back to normal very soon, and the safest way possible. Nothing is 100% guaranteed safe, but you know, you want to figure things out to make it as safe as you can possibly make it.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about this specific card that you have going in a couple of weeks. Why should people be excited about this card?
Because it's incredible. Because it's badass from top to bottom.
That's what you do.
We've had so many fights canceled. We literally have all these incredible fighters stacked up, ready to go. And we put on some great cards in our time. But this one, from the actual first fight of the night to the main event, has to be one of the best ever. So we're going to have 3 of those in a row. We're going to be pumping out some serious fights here, you know, when we get started back up May 9th. But the card's incredible. You haven't watched any live sports in over a month. You must be losing your mind, so you have to see this fight.
We're all watching rebroadcasts, and like The Last Dance came on Sunday, and like everyone was dying, like 6.3 million viewers for that. Like everyone's dying for some live
They
event.
played all these old fights on ESPN the other day from the 70s and 80s, and you know, the thing's pulling great numbers. People are dying for live sports again. So
can't wait.
When you ask me why should you watch this, the real question is why wouldn't you watch it?
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. I'm sold. I know that. You know, talk to me about the growth that you've seen in this business since you started in 2001 time frame. So you got about two decades there. Where has it come to, and where is it going to go as we continue to move forward?
Well, the growth has obviously been massive. I mean, it went from this fringe sport to you know, a global sport. We're one of the major leagues now on ESPN and on, you know, major platforms all over the world. And, you know, when I was growing up, your parents would put you into karate or taekwondo. This is the new martial art that men, women, and children take all over the world. I mean, to try to explain the growth, there aren't words for how much it's grown since we bought the company.
Where do you see it going in the next 10 years?
We're going to continue to go into markets that we've never been in. One of the things that I always dreamed of, and now it's a reality and it's starting to happen, is where I could put on a fight and the entire world could watch that fight at the same time on the same channel. And now with streaming and how good it's getting, and with ESPN being in the streaming business, my dream is becoming a reality very soon.
Everyone, same time, all over the world, and you guys are having fights all over the world at the same time. It's pretty crazy how far you guys have come. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
I do want to talk to you about what I saw on your Instagram today. You went in on the All-In Challenge. You and Halle Berry are teaming up.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. And
awesome.
Somebody out there in Celticville is challenging me. You know, the Jason Tatum? Go. That's me. I got the highest bid on that thing right now, and somebody just started challenging me today. Bring it, dude. Bring it. Put up your money, whoever is challenging me on this thing, and let's go. Let's raise some money. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
It's not me. I can tell you that.
Up to $50,000.
That's awesome. No, but what got you to team up with Halle Berry? Where did this come from?
Why would I not team up with Halle Berry?
How did it happen? How did it happen?
Listen. That's the worst question you've asked, like, probably in your entire career, okay? Why would you want to team up with Halle Berry?
Are you guys friends, though? Do you go way back? Or I know she's a big fan of UFC.
She's a huge fan. She loves the UFC. She's one of the sweetest, most down-to-earth people you could ever meet. And she hit me up the other day and said, let's do this thing together. I want to do this with you. I was like, awesome. I said, what do you want to do? She said, I'll go to dinner with somebody. I was like,
that's gonna work.
That's gonna be a good one. People will definitely want to go to dinner with you. So you
That's
get to go
work.
to dinner with Halle Berry. You get to sit at the fights with her. She's a huge fan. She actually just did a movie about MMA that's coming out soon. You get to sit down and make a meeting and make a fight with me. I'll literally let you make a fight. You can make your own fight.
That's crazy.
Then you get to come up on stage at the weigh-ins with me. We give you tons of merch. You're going to get so much shit. It's going to be one of the coolest ones out there. The other cool one is the Tom Brady. You know, the Tom Brady one's almost at $1 million. So you get Tom's first jersey that he plays in, worn, played in jersey, and his cleats, and you go to dinner with him. And that thing's almost at $1 million. So,
well, speaking of Tom Brady, what was your reaction when that happened?
You know, obviously, I'm a Patriots fan first and foremost, and you know, for Gronk and Brady, look at all the memories they've given us, the championships, the amazing time.